thank you everyone so much for coming and joining for this presentation of Namal. To kind of get things started off, Nosheen, do you want to come and say a few things to kick off?
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for being here and supporting Namal. Hopefully next year we'll fill the rest of the tables and maybe add a few more. And I just wanted to thank all of you, the team, and our volunteers. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Mom. Without further ado, I'm really excited to introduce the quorum to Uncle Sajjad Burki, who's been working with Imran Khan for the last 30 years and manages the HQ of Namal in Houston. So, Uncle Sajjad.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। सबसे पहले तो शुक्रिया आप सबका। Appreciate you taking time out and coming here to hear us Namal की कुछ बातें. We will introduce you to Namal University, as we call it over there. Now we are a university. At one time we were not, and that's why we were associated with Bradford University at one time. But now we have 4 faculties, so we are a university. First of all, thanks to Nosheen, of course, and your whole team, Mariam, and I see Javed Bhagani standing there. I've known Javed Bhagani since he was a little kid, and I find him here in San Diego now. Anyway, to give you just a little bit of an introduction on Namal, who we are, what we are, and then we'll quickly go through a slideshow and show you where Namal is situated and how it works. We are a 501c3 organization registered here in the US under the name of Friends of Namal Inc. Our office is in Houston, Texas, and all your donations, you understand, can be tax deductible if you so wish. What do? We basically raise funds for the students, scholarships at Namal University, and the money is collected and put into our US account over here. It's not sent directly to, so that people don't misunderstand us. It doesn't go directly to Pakistan. You have avenues of writing a check. We have our website, Friends of Namal USA. You can go online. As a matter of fact, there's probably a QR code on the pledge forms that you see, and you can go to that website through that. Also today, we have a credit card machine here. If somebody wants to use that to charge their donations. Our purpose is, like I was saying, we collect the money, goes into a US account, and then we get a requisition from Namal University by the board of Namal. Every time they need a certain amount of money or for enough scholarships for the students, we send that money over to them in Pakistan. Quickly, this kind of a disclosure I always like to make. Myself, my wife, we all have been working with Namal since 2016 when Alima came here and we established it. We are all volunteers. We do not get paid. We are not compensated for any of the work that we do. Namal, Friends of Namal here has only one employee that sits in the Houston office to coordinate things, and that too, I mean, आप कैलिफोर्निया वाले तो हंसेंगे, हम टेक्सास वाले कुछ गरीब लोग हैं. We only pay that girl $2,000 a month. How many of you would like to work for $2,000 a month? Nobody, right? But we like to save money, and she's very good at what she's doing, very helpful. So kind of this is to tell you what Namal University, Namal here in the US is. If you guys, anybody has a question about it, once we finish the presentation, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Let me quickly go through some of the slides. As you know, Namal University, how many of you actually know where Namal is located? Or has anybody been there? Some of you. Namal is located about 30 kilometers from Mianwali, which is the northern side of Punjab. It is, I would say, close to 250 kilometers from Lahore and about 200 kilometers from Islamabad, either way. And you can go on the motorway, or you can take the CPEC route from Islamabad, go through Mianwali and come back to Namal. It's about a 4-hour trip either way, 3.5 to 4 hours. Most of our students, as you'll see, are not residents. I was going to say they are resident scholars. They live there on campus because there's not much of a facility for students to commute to that area every day. I encourage all of you, any of you, if you are ever in Pakistan, to please do go and visit Namal. We can arrange a trip for you. If you get in touch with us, we'll have our Lahore office arrange it. They'll provide you with a car and a driver, and you can actually go there and stay overnight. And you'll see why I say you go and stay overnight. It's a beautiful place. It's a vision of Imran Khan, who calls it it will be the next Oxford of Pakistan. That's how he looks at it. And we are hoping, inshallah, one of these days we'll get there. So let me go through some of the slides with you. Vision for national uplift and development, mission, higher. By the way, this is a university of higher education. The 4 faculties that we have are graduate and postgraduate faculties. Reward, merit-based scholarships. The scholarships are not given just because it is a university for poor people or anything like that. No. The students get admitted on merit, and then they apply for a scholarship, and that's how they get their scholarship. And of course, a commitment to rural uplift, because it is situated in a rural area. This is our board of directors for Namal. I'm sure you recognize some of the names. Razak Daud Saab, Alima Khanam, Dr Uzma Khan, both sisters of Imran Khan, are on the board. Dr Arif Nazir Butt used to be with LUMS. Dr Ataur Rahman, I'm sure some of you know him from the higher education. He's on the board. Ashar Aziz from here, Shehryar Nawabi, and Syed Javed Anwar is from Texas with Midland Energy. So this is our board. That's the location, so that you can kind of place it, to whereabouts in Pakistan this is located. You see some of the nearby landmarks, topography of that area. Can you imagine, right in the middle of hills? I always like to share this. Patani, I don't know how many of you come from Punjab? Oh, quite a few. So, अगर मेरी उम्र के कोई लोग हैं, तो आपको शायद याद हो कि उस ज़माने में कहा करते थे, एक बड़ा मशहूर डाकू हुआ करता था वहाँ पे, उसको मोहम्मद खान डाकू कहते थे. Does anybody remember that? Muhammad Khan Daku was famous that he would never be caught by the police. And he came from that Mianwali area. And guess where he used to go hide? Daka marne ke baad. He used to go hide in these hills, right behind Namal University. और आप देखें कि अल्लाह की कुदरत कि जहाँ पे एक ज़माने में डाकू बसते थे, आज वहाँ पे there is higher education being given to the people of that area. So I think I find it very significant. I will go to some of these, and also I do want to mention 1,000 acres. That's how much, mashallah, with the help of people like you, we own about 1,000 acres of land in that area. And with time, we'll be able to build a huge campus in that place. This is our aerial view. This is just the beginnings of how it started, our main campus, and you see the lake on the side. Again, some of the views. You see how can you have a university without a cricket ground? and a university being managed by Imran Khan. So the first thing he wanted was a cricket ground. That's our main building. This is one of the academic blocks that's already built. Then there is the Anwar Pervez residency. He paid for it. Some of you know, he's from UK, you know, and this residency has accommodation for about 30 rooms in there. It's like a hotel, and that's why I say when you go there, you can actually stay overnight. Ye janab Namal Lake and Namal Dam. I'm sure they'll show you another picture of Namal Dam. It also has a sulfur spring over there. So we think with time, once it gets developed, we'll use this sulfur spring for medicinal purposes and to make a hotel over there. Ye wo dam hai that the British had built, not a workable dam anymore. It's about 100 years old, but still that's the dam that holds the water for the lake. Again, academic block. This is the number 2. This was just built in 2019. एक इसकी जो चीज़ है जो I always like to point out, इसकी जो building is done with mud blocks, and to match not only the topography of that area, but also for the climate of that area, and it needs very little air conditioning because of the way it's built. Some of our, lecture rooms, I'll just quickly go through them. That's and the facilities you may want to notice are first grade. ऐसी नहीं है कि कोई ऐसे छोटी मोटी जगह है. Library for students. This is a Huawei computer lab donated by Huawei to the university. Electrical engineering की lab है हमारी वहाँ पे. Center of AI and big data. Faculties, somebody like me don't even understand. हम AI की बातें करते हैं. Namal has already been working. People are now talking about AI. Namal has been in AI and teaching AI for the last 5 to 7 years over there. This is the agri-tech. Some of the programs that are offered: computer science, electrical engineering, business administration, and agri-business, because it's a rural area, and mathematics, of course. Some of the upcoming research centers are renewable energy, One Health, tourism, Internet of Things. I still don't understand what it means. Somebody one of these days will explain to me what Internet of Things is. And cybersecurity, of course. Residential facilities अभी हमारी पुरानी हैं. अभी दिखाएंगे आपको वो भी जो नई बन रही हैं. These are the old facilities. They are I'd say about 5 to 7 kilometers away from the university, and students are bused there every morning. Student hostel हमारा पुराना, student का mess, faculty के apartments, So and this is again view of the residency over there. ये भी residency का हिस्सा है. वहाँ पे जो halls हैं उनके. Some of the recreational activities that are available to students in the university. Cricket ground, of course. Football. This is important for everybody to see. 100% merit-based admissions. So it's not like it's a university where only rural or poor areas, people from poor areas go. They're all admitted on merit. 95% of the students then get scholarships to go to school there. Our graduates' employment rate is over 91%. Our female students, आप सोचते होंगे पाकिस्तान में मियाँ वाली के इलाके में कौन अपनी बेटी को भेजेगा education के लिए. 46% of the students there are female, and as a matter of fact, in the last enrollment, it's gone over 50%. Or our teacher to student ratio 1 to 11, one of the highest in Pakistan, and I think we have, if I'm not wrong, over 35 PhDs teaching at the university. from 71 districts. That's what diversity is. So it's not a university just for that area of Mianwali. Students coming from 71 different districts of Pakistan, from Sindh, from Balochistan, from KP, all over. Alumni employment kind of tells you where our students get employed once they graduate from there. Average starting salary, और आप खुद ही सोच लें कि जो यहाँ के ग्रेजुएट होते हैं, how they change not only themselves but their whole family. It's a revolution for them. Some of the major employers who are working with us, again, what areas they get employment in. Imran Khan's message, country prospers when you add value to its youth, and we believe that. हमारी last, this is a couple of years ago, convocation जो है, and we ask you to join the Namal Scholarship Club. Our scholarships are, for one student, it's $3,500 for 1 year. And by the way, this is not just the tuition. This includes their residence, their meals, their transportation, everything is taken care of for $3,500 for 1 year. For a 4-year program, it is $14,000. And that's what we encourage our friends here in the US to please step up, take care of one student at least on a 4-year program, so that these students can be comfortable that they will be able to finish their degrees. This is our information on how to donate. Like I said, Friends of Namal Inc., that's our bank account, our account number. And if you're writing a check, please write it to Friends of Namal. And anybody who donates, please, my request is, you have these pledge forms sitting with you, do fill out a pledge form for us. Because if you donate without filling out a pledge form, then there are complications later on. We cannot send you a receipt. We cannot communicate with you. We don't know who donated. So we would like to match our donors to our students. And we have that ability. अगर आप एक student के लिए donate करते हैं, we can match a student to you. Not directly, but you will be able to get the student की जो है सारी उसकी reports जो हैं वो आपको आएंगी कि this is my student and how that student is doing over there. So that's kind of उसमें I thought that this included the next जो हमारा मैं अभी देखता हूँ मेरे पास एक और है उसमें.
My name is Tony Ashai. I'm an architect and a master planner out of Los Angeles. First time I got introduced to Namal was in 2019. When I first went to see the site, I was blown away. I was so impressed with the natural surroundings of the lake and the knowledge city. That is something in line with Oxford University and Stanford University. Knowledge city. That is something in line with Oxford University and Stanford University.
उन्होंने एक ऐसा कैंपस इसका डिजाइन किया, इसका मास्टर प्लान ऐसा बनाया कि इंशाअल्लाह ये पाकिस्तान की वो यूनिवर्सिटी बनने जा रही है जो कि एक सारे मुल्क के लिए मॉडल बने.
मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि मेरे पेरेंट्स ने जो सोचा, जो ख्वाब देखा कि हमारे बच्चे ग्रेजुएट हों, अच्छी तालीम हासिल करें, आला मयार की और अच्छी मुकाम पे पहुँचे, आज उनका ख्वाब पूरा हो रहा है। थैंक यू मैं कहना चाहूँगी नमल यूनिवर्सिटी को और उन सबको जिन्होंने नमल को सपोर्ट करते रहे हैं, हमें सपोर्ट करते रहे हैं।
A lawyer, professor, and politician who has served as a senator in Pakistan for 6 years and chaired the Committee on Defense and Human Rights. He's the product of Harvard Law School and also holds an undergrad degree from Wharton at UPenn and a master's in international relations from Cambridge. So, Uncle Walid.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, dear friends, dear ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to be here in San Diego for the second time to represent Namal University. First and above all, I would like to thank Friends of Namal in USA for being such wonderful hosts, led by Mr. Sajjad Burki, who was just addressing you, and the team that he has assembled over here, which is led by Nosheen Sultan, for their outstanding efforts in bringing together such a brilliant gathering over here. Let us give them a big hand. I take you back to the 9th of November 2012. It was the birth anniversary of Allama Iqbal, and a function was being held in Lahore where Imran Khan was the guest speaker, the chief guest, and I was among the 3 or 4 other speakers, all of whom were either intellectuals or writers or journalists. And what I specifically remember from that occasion is that one of the intellectuals, when he took the mic and he started his speech, he said, "This is Allama Iqbal's birth anniversary and Imran Khan is the chief guest. And I don't know where to start and where to end, because if you start the story from Allama Iqbal, it ends with Imran Khan. And if you start the story from Imran Khan, it ends with Allama Iqbal." I will therefore take you to a few verses from his celebrated poem Sakinama. Sakinama is a poem that talks about creativity. It celebrates movement. It celebrates change. But many parts of it represent Iqbal's prayer for the next generation. And when I recite these verses before you, at least I believe in my heart that they express Imran Khan's prayer as well. ज़माने के अंदाज बदले गए, नया राग है, साज बदले गए, पुरानी सियासत गरी खार है, ज़मीं मीर व सुल्तान से बेजार है, खिरद को गुलामी से आज़ाद कर, जवानों को पीरों का उस्ताद कर, तड़पने भड़कने की तौफीक दे, दिले मुर्तज़ा सोज़े सिद्दीक दे, तेरे आसमानों के तारों की खैर, ज़मीनों के शब जिंदादारों की खैर, जवानों को सोज़े जिगर बख्श दे, मेरा इश्क मेरी नज़र बख्श दे, मेरा इश्क मेरी नज़र बख्श दे. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the second part of my conversation with you, it'll overlap a little bit with what Mr. Burki already told you, but let me give you 7 reasons why I have agreed to become the goodwill ambassador of Namal, and I'm standing before you, apart from the reason that also I am standing here due to the fact that one of my ancestors got a good education, was able to make a name globally purely on the basis of a good education. Had that not been there, his father, the father of Allama Iqbal, who was called Noor Muhammad, was just a person who embroidered caps. And it is the value of a good education which has enabled not just his own family, but his entire country and the Muslim nation of India to progress so far. So the value of education, as far as my personal history is concerned, is one reason, but I'm going to give you 7 other reasons. Number one, that Namal, for example, during 2024, has reached a key milestone that as of now, more than 1,000 of its graduates are out in the real world. And 2 months ago, on 15th of February 2025, this number increased to 1,105 as the dreams of 105 young men and women, 105 talented students were transformed into reality as they celebrated their proudest moment at the graduation ceremony held in Miawali, where Pakistan's former National Security Advisor, Dr Moeed Yusuf, was keynote speaker. So in Allama Iqbal's words, वो इल्म की शमा से मोहब्बत का ख्वाब जो है, वो उस दिन पूरा हुआ. The second reason is how Namal has tipped the balance. Mr. Burki alluded to it briefly. Let me give to you the fuller details. In September 2024, when the last class was admitted, the last batch of undergraduates, it had an intake of 198 students, consisting of 93 men and 105 women. For the first time, female students have tipped the balance, 53% female students as opposed to 47% males. Mostly they are in business administration and mathematics. Let me also elaborate that female enrollment at Namal, when Namal University opened its doors for women students, was a mere 6% in 2017. It increased to 15% in 2018, 30% in 2019, stood at 37% in 2023, and after 2024, it has gone up to 46%. It is said that the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. And Allama Iqbal also, in one of the papers he wrote back in 1910, had said that a woman is the root of all civilization. Bless her with a good education, he wrote, because if you educate a man, you educate a single person. If you educate a woman, you educate the entire family. And one other thing is the mere expression of confidence, of trust. This is a culture where people don't let their girls even go out of the 4 walls of the home. And here in this case, in the case of Namal University, they are entrusting their young women to 4 years of education in-house at that university itself. Reason number 3, the admissions merit. Namal University represents an outstanding example of meritocracy in its admissions process. The average marks percentage of the students admitted there in 2024 was 84%, ranging from a low of 80% to a high of about 88%. This year, it is expected to be 85%. Namal teams are out in the catchment areas. They are visiting schools, colleges, universities, and they are expecting to gather 4,000 applications. This is information I got from them just before my departure from Lahore on Friday afternoon. And these 4,000 applications will eventually result in an intake of approximately 200 students. And how the admission process is structured, there are 3 elements: the matriculation score, the score in FSC, and the score in the admissions test. And the composite score of, for example, that I just told you, the average score of the class admitted last year was 84%, and this year it is expected to be 85%. Reason number 4 is the scholarship rate. 96, this slide is a little out of date, 96 to 97% students at Namal University are on scholarships. The last class of 198 students has 173 students, 87% of them, on full scholarships. Then in the entire class, there is only 1 paying student who makes full payment of fees, etc. Overall now, about 77% students, 77% students at Namal University, as I speak to you, are on full scholarships. Namal University has surpassed Shaukat Khanum Hospital, which gives free treatment to about 70 to 72% of its patients. Namal University gives free education to 77% of its students. And what enables that? People like you, people who donate just $3,500 per student per year, $14,000 for an entire undergraduate degree, is what enables 77% of the students at Namal University to get a free education on full scholarship. Number 5, the diversity, which Mr. Burki just told you. Students from 71% from Pakistan's districts, representing all 4 provinces, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, are enrolled at this university. Just the intake in 2024, there were about 30 districts of Pakistan represented in them. Reason number 6 is the employability, as you've just been shown on this slideshow. The programs that it currently offers, computer science, electrical engineering, business administration, mathematics, they enable more than 90% of the students to secure immediate employment upon graduation. And 7, and the last reason, in Pakistan, the first AI center was established at Namal University. Even though another university in Islamabad called NUST got registered first, but the AI center, the first AI center in Pakistan, was set up in Namal University. Let me give you some examples. This is information, fresh information from 2 days ago, at my request, given to me to pass on to you, because I know for sure, having lived and being educated in the States and having worked here, these are the kinds of details people want to know. Let me give you the example of Muhammad Samiullah Khan from the Khushab district, who earned a degree in computer science and is now working in a place called Jimmy John's as a business development manager in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let me give you the example of Muhammad Tausif, coming from Miawali district, got a degree in computer sciences, and he's a research trainee at Harvard Medical School. Let me give you the example of Sohail Ahmed, who's from the Charsada district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa of Pakistan, province of Pakistan, got a degree in electrical engineering and is working as an electrical engineer of HVAC safety at a place called Intertech in California. Here's the example of Israr Mahmood from Lahore, who got a degree in electrical engineering from Namal University. He is working as a software engineer at Wayfair in California. This gentleman, Israr Mahmood, lives in Pleasant Town, California, currently working as a software engineer, as I told you, at Wayfair USA. He, after graduating from Namal University, he earned his master's degree in computer science from Cornell University graduate school after graduating from Namal in 2015. As I said, he's now in Pleasantville, California. The example of Nabil Ahmed from Bhakkar, who got a degree in business studies and is working in Wilmington, Delaware. And finally of Muhammad Fazil Ghafoor, who is from Faisalabad, got a degree in electrical engineering from Namal and is working as project manager in Intaglu Systems Inc. in San Jose, California. Ladies and gentlemen, there are examples of students who have graduated from Namal and are currently enrolled in PhD programs or have already earned their PhDs. Ghulam Mudassir, a computer science graduate from Namal, did his PhD, fully funded, from Aquila University in Italy and is currently an assistant professor at the University of Buckingham in England. Waqar Ahmed, who got a degree from Namal in computer science, did his PhD from the University of Bradford in UK, and he belongs to the Khushab district. Naeem Sajjad is pursuing, from this district Sargodha, is pursuing a PhD from Western Sydney University. A graduate of Namal, Muhammad Faizan, completed his PhD from South China University of Technology in China. Muhammad Tausif earned his PhD after graduating from Namal, earned his PhD from City University, Hong Kong, and is originally from Miawali. In addition to that, there are 2 students from Namal who have previously been selected for the Summer Enterprise Program by the National University of Singapore. There are 5 students who have previously been selected for the Global Undergraduate Exchange Program Global UGrad in the United States, administered by the United States Educational Foundation in Pakistan. I hope it's still running, but at least 5 students from Namal have benefited from it. Namal University joined the Millennium Fellowship class of 2024 with 9 talented students selected, part of 5% chosen for fellowship. There are other students who are employed in international organizations, graduates of Namal University. Muhammad Asim, who's at Al Munim company in Saudi Arabia. Hasham Jamil, who's a sales engineer in Delta company in Dubai. Azmat Khan, who works for Emirates Global Aluminium in that's how you pronounce it in the US, in Dubai, UAE. Muhammad Jamil Khalid, who's an automation engineer in Electrical Engineering Solutions, Saudi Arabia. Muhammad Umar, who's a support engineer in Saudi Arabia. Muhammad Yunus Khan, who's a school teacher in Saudi Arabia. All graduates of the Namal University from among those 1,000 men and women, sons and daughters of the nation of Pakistan, that Namal has blessed with a good education. Let me remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that young people have an undergraduate education from the age of 18 to 20 to 23. These are tremendously important years for the formation and maturing of individuals. These are the years when young people start living on their own. They start managing their own lives. They delve deeper into questions of identity and who they want to be, as well as into existential questions. Look hard at what they want to spend their life doing and start gaining more comprehensive understanding of whatever they decide to study. What an important period. If we do not help and support the young in this period, and for most young people, this can only be done through educational institutions like Namal and scholarships enabled by you, many will move forward without the education, knowledge, experiences, and understanding that are needed for them to lead rewarding lives and in the process help their families, communities, and the country. Coming back to human potential, one of the greatest ways to enable attainment of full human potential is the provision of the greatest possible human support. And who could be a better example of that than the late and compassionate Princess Diana? When she was preparing to come to Pakistan for her first official visit back about 3 decades ago, in the early 90s, she sought advice on how to win people's hearts. She contacted a Pakistan expert at one of the universities in England. And the expert on Pakistan who she contacted, the professor, gave her 2 pieces of advice. Number 1, wear Pakistani clothes at least one occasion when you appear in the public. So her office got in touch with Pakistani fashion designers and she got a whole wardrobe, which became a big hit. And the second advice that was given to her was, quote Allama Iqbal in one or more of your public appearances. She acted on both the advices she got. The verse that she selected, I think, is worthy of being repeated right over here. She said, I love this verse of Iqbal, which is to the effect कि खुदा के आशिक तो हैं हजारों, बनों में फिरते हैं मारे मारे, मैं उसका बंदा बनूंगा जिसको खुदा के बंदों से प्यार होगा. So my dear ladies and gentlemen, this today is all about खुदा के बंदों से प्यार. And in conclusion, and again keeping the focus on human potential, I want to give you a message from Imran Khan himself. I myself met him about 6 months ago and found him very relaxed and in very high spirits. And the message I bring to you is actually from a speech of his that he made at Oxford University in March 2013, more than 12 years ago. The speech was about leadership, and also about the potential of every human being to become a leader. But it started with a preamble in which he talked about Namal University. And he talked about Namal University in these words. He said, knowledge is the basis on which nations are built. And then he added, my mission is politics. My passion is Namal University, which I hope will inshallah become the Oxford University of Pakistan one day. Coming to his topic, he said, and these are his words, the speech was in English, and these are excerpts. He said, leadership, all of us have the ability to be leaders. Everyone has the potential to become a leader. What makes a leader, he asks. And he refers to three qualities. The first and foremost, he said, is the vision. Leaders have dreams, and those dreams are beyond the self. There has never been a leader whose dream has been concentrated on the self. So my great inspiration, this is Imran Khan speaking, my great inspiration is the great Iqbal. Iqbal, in my opinion, was the greatest Muslim philosopher in the last 500 years. And he came up with the concept of a leader. He used the symbol of the Shaheen, or the eagle. And why did the Shaheen soar above everyone else? Which is what makes a leader. Because the Shaheen broke away the chains that keep us grounded. What stops us from achieving this great God-given potential are these very chains. The Shaheen has great dreams. The difference is that a leader dreams what others are scared to dream of. Dream the impossible, Imran Khan said. And that dream, he repeats, is not based on the self. The leaders always think bigger than themselves. It's either the nation or the society. And then they struggle to achieve that dream, said Imran Khan. The quality that distinguishes leaders is their ability to take pressure. How do you take pressure? It is when you struggle. Every time you suffer a setback, you pick yourself up. You resume your struggle. You become stronger. He said Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in jail, but his dream was not restricted to himself. The apartheid regime offered him everything except what he wanted. One man, one vote. A leader never compromises on his dream. The moment you compromise, it is a downward spiral. It's when you stick to your dream and take all the pressure which you have to achieve that dream, you build that resilience, the endurance, the strength, says Imran Khan. Being a sportsman, he says it's like physical exercise. The bigger weights you pick up, the stronger you get. So number one is the vision, says Imran Khan. The vision beyond one's own self and the struggle and the resilience that ensue. Number two, he says, a leader can only achieve his mission if he conquers his fears. The biggest impediment in the way of people achieving their mission is that they get scared of humiliation, of failure, of losing a livelihood, of losing life itself. Fear stops us along the way. It makes us compromise. There is always a temptation in bad times to accept something lesser than your dream, and that's where the downward slide begins. As long as you do not accept defeat, failure cannot defeat you. You only lose, says Imran Khan, when you give up. And finally, a leader must have integrity. You cannot be a leader who does not have credibility. People only follow someone who they trust. And I believe in my heart that you are all present here for that same reason, is because you believe that Imran Khan is a man of integrity and he is a man who you can trust. And I have witnessed this with my own eyes. I've been to Toronto, to Hamilton, to Montreal, to Calgary, to Vancouver, to Detroit, to Washington DC, to New York, and to Los Angeles on all my previous trips, and especially in Lahore, when in a span of 1 hour on the 5th of February 2025, Namal University was able to raise donations of about 113 million rupees, which is equivalent to about 400,000 US dollars in Lahore itself. So I close with a dedication to you for this afternoon, as I appeal to you to transform lives and to continue making Imran Khan's dream a reality. My dedication are these verses from a poem of Allama Iqbal called Ruhe Arzi Adam ka Istiqbal Karti Hai. Adam is received by the spirit of the earth. Khol aankh, zami dekh, falak dekh, faza dekh, मशरिक से उभरते हुए सूरज को जरा देख, समझेगा जमाना तेरी आंखों के इशारे, देखेंगे तुझे दूर से गर्दों के सितारे, नापैद तेरे बहरे तखय्युल के किनारे, पहुंचेंगे फलक तक तेरी आहों के शरारे. तामीर खुदी कर असरे आहे रसा देख, खोल आंख ज़मीं देख, फलक देख, फ़ज़ा देख, मशरिक़ से उभरते हुए सूरज को ज़रा देख. Thank you very much. Pakistan Zindabad.
How are you? I don't need a mic. Can you guys all hear me? Sajjad, you do look the same, though. That's the thing. I'm very impressed with whatever you've been doing in the last 40 years, 50 years. So listen, I think we've had a lot of good appeals on what we should be doing. So I have a couple questions before we kind of get started. And I know, I'm hearing, I don't even know, I'm hearing all the stomachs growl, by the way, so I know you're hungry. I can hear it, all right? So a couple things. Who has a paddle in their hand? Or has a paddle? Can you grab your paddles, guys? Just make sure you have them in your hands. Can I see them? And I know some of you are trying to erase the numbers off of them, but please, that's not going to work. We have the master copy over there. Let me see the paddles. Come on, raise your hand. Let's just see the paddles. All of them. I can't see them high enough. See how easy that is? Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. You're going to be raising that paddle so we can do some auction items for you guys. Okay? The second question I have for you before we get started is how many of you have an advanced education? Again, I want you to use your paddles because I want you, use your paddles. How many of you have an advanced education? Raise your paddle. You went to a bachelor's or you have some type of master's degree. How many of you have that? Tahir, you do? Yes, you do? Okay. The reason I'm asking is because I want to, the question is how many of you feel like it's changed your life to have that education? Right? It has, right? And so, we get to a point in life where we need to pass that on to others. Where our benefit, whether it was we got scholarships or whether your parents paid for it, we need to make sure we're able to pass that forward onto someone else. And I think that's kind of the whole point of the Namal Foundation, is that we pass on the graces that we have. And so it's very important that we pass this on. So we're not going to take very long on this. Can you please, we're going to do some of the first auction items. Can someone, one of these, Nosheen, can you start bringing up the first small one first? Now, I understand that, Sajjad, you said that this is given for every $3,500?
Yes.
This is not just any plate, by the way. If you smell it, I smell Punjab, by the way. I smell the dirt.
It's made from Namal soil.
That's right.
Yes.
I can smell it. So if you ever want to think about your homeland, all right, this is a way to do it, okay? All right, let's go to the first auction item. We're going to start. It's something that Imran Khan always does when he starts. It's, does anyone can read this? What does it say? And what does it mean? What does it mean? I'm sorry? That's right. Okay. So the first auction item we're going to start, it's $14,000 to get a student, right? But we're not going to start at $14,000. Since you guys are educated, what's 5% of $14,000? Come on up here, Ryan. Huh? What's 5% of 14,000? Anyone know? Huh? Without $700. There you go. You guys are educated. Because that's what we're going to start. This first one is $700. Let's start. Who's got $700? Where's your paddles? Let's start with your paddles. $700 is the first start. Now, you guys knew you're coming to a fundraiser, right? I mean, you did know that, right? I mean, you did drive over here going, okay, I'm coming to a fundraiser, right? Okay, so we're going to start at $700, the first one. No paddles raised?
What is it?
It's a choreography of Yakan Abdullah Yakan Sain. It's a beautiful choreography, and it's hung here. Ryan, walk with it. There you go. You don't get Ryan with it. You just get the choreography. Okay.
Is it original or is it a copy?
Nosheen, why don't you tell us a little bit about the artwork?
It's an original. The artist is called Basit Saab. He is won the best calligraphy award in Turkey twice.
Pakistan में.
From Pakistan, जी.
I mean, there's no artistry out here. It's just.
It's calligraphy.
Just calligraphy.
It's calligraphy.
Okay. So we're going to start with $700. Look, it's calligraphy. I get it, and it's art, but it's a gift because that's not the point. Is of what you're getting. It's what you're donating to, right? Namal Foundation, right? So just consider this as a gift from Namal for your $700 donation. So let's start with $700. Who's in? Same thing. Exact same thing. Can you guys see it? Yeah. Okay, 800. That's not enough for you. I know you guys. You need to wait, okay? Okay, 850. Let's go 850. 850? You got the right price, huh? Okay. All right, so let's do this one. Bring me the next one, please. 800 for this one. Bring it up. Where is it? Come on. Come on, let's move it. These guys are hungry. Okay, these will come at the end. Come on. Just bring them up here, guys. Bring them up all. Okay. This one we're also starting at 800. It's in white. Okay? Same thing. 15. Okay, 800. Anything for 850? 850? Sajjad, you know, you say our Californians are wealthy. Maybe they need to prove it a little more, huh?
All up to you, Javed.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay, thank you. 15 for 800. Okay, let's do these smaller ones. This one I'll do at the end.
Thank you. Why I wanted to come up here was, looks like everybody is being very shy today. I know you all came here to donate, right? So why are we shy? Why don't we raise our hands and say, hey, look, that's my share. I want to contribute and I want to be part of the Namal family. And, you know, say thanks to good folks like Javed and Nosheen and everybody who've taken the opportunity to put this in front of you. So please, or ye jo, the things that you are looking at now, this is a cricket ball signed by Imran Khan. Where is Imran Khan these days? Anybody know? Kidhar? At Diyala jail mein. Do you think this thing is valuable? Anybody think this is valuable? This is very valuable. So, if you take one of these items signed by Imran Khan, I promise you, you'll relish it for the rest of your lives. You know, I've been doing fundraisers now with Shaukat Khanam, with Namal for almost 30 years. And I've been doing these auctions, I've been, you know, what do you think I normally get for a ball like this? Give me a number, just throw a number. You think 2,500? I would never give it away for 2,500. Especially in today's world. Last event we did, Walid bhai? Long Island. Do you remember what we gave the ball for? $10,000. And that's after two people were, we only had one ball left that night. And we gave it away for, and they were very happy.
Any takers? $2,500? Okay.
Here, very taali to bajaye yaar. Excellent.
Any other takers for 2,500? I have another one.
No, first we have to make sure somebody gives me a little more than 2,500.
Let's see, 25. Okay. What are you saying? 3,500? Yeah, he's gonna do whatever.
That's the taali nahi bajayi kisi ne. An autographed picture of Namal University. और ये अब कई लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि अभी तो इन्होंने कहा कि खान जेल में है, ये इन्होंने साइन कैसे करा लिए? ये फिर हमारा ट्रिक है. These were done a couple of years ago, and we've been saving up. ये जितने items आप देख रहे हैं, we've been saving up on them for the last couple of years. जो हमने उस ज़माने में अपने फंड रेजिंग्स के लिए खान से साइन करा के और रखे हुए थे अपने पास. And now we are beginning to kind of take them out and using them for our auction items. So here's iska. Look at, just imagine how wonderful this would look in your office, in your home, when somebody walks in and says, whose signature is that? And you are able to say with pride, oh, Imran Khan. Chale, let's have a starting bid. Javed?
I would say 1,400 should be your starting bid on this. I know it's a little low, but you know, we got, you know, these guys are starting to work it out. 1,400 from Imran Khan. Signature.
Don't make me
1,400.
Don't make me brag.
Yeah.
In what was it? August of last year or July or August of last year, we had an event in Washington, D.C. And I had one of these left at that time over there. Do you know how much I got for it? And I'm saying this publicly. मैं ये झूठ नहीं कह सकता हूँ. Do you know how much I got? Somebody shout a number. मैं आपसे नहीं मांग रहा हूँ, मैं सिर्फ गेस करा रहा हूँ आपसे. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. 25. Somebody gave me $25,000 for this. कैसा है? So, इन चीज़ों की वैल्यू है according to how you feel that day, how wonderful you think this would be for you, you know, or how much you want to support that university for less than 10.
First bid 10,000.
Yay! बात हुई ना? इतनी तालीम तो जोर से बजा दो यार. Thank you. जी, do I get 11? यार इमरान खान का नाम है वो जो हम सब की खातिर अडयाला जेल में बैठा हुआ है इस वक्त. Make a donation. I'm sure most of you can afford to do that. Do I get 11? 11. 11. जावेद, तुम्हें बेचूंगा मैं मेरे अभी.
I think we're good with 10. Yeah,
You think we good with 10?
I think we're good with 10. All right. Better.
चल, thank you Nosheen, really appreciate it. बहुत शुक्रिया आप लोगों का. But please don't.
Thank you so much. खाना लग गया, please, if you want to start lunch, late lunch.
कैसे तासुरात थे, कैसा इवेंट था ये?
देखिए, हम यहाँ ये नमल यूनिवर्सिटी के फंडरेजर में आए थे, तो फंडरेजर तो अपनी जगह था, लेकिन इसमें हमें मालूमात बहुत अच्छी हुई.
जी.
और जो स्पीकर्स थे, इंस्पिरेशनल स्पीच, और उन्होंने यूनिवर्सिटी का जो हुदूद दरबा है, जहाँ वाक़ है, उसके जो प्रोग्राम्स हैं, जो बताए, वो सुनकर बड़ी खुशी हुई कि इतने दूर दराज इलाके में इमरान खान ने जो यूनिवर्सिटी क़ायम की है, उसमें जिन बच्चों की तालीम हो रही है, और वो कितने कामयाब है, न सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में वो नाम रोशन कर रहे हैं. बड़ी खुशी हुई यहाँ इस फंक्शन को अटेंड करने में.
और वो इतनी खूबसूरत जगह है कि हाँ, मतलब हमें अंदाज़ा नहीं था कि वो इतनी खूबसूरत जगह है.